Hello gaming world, I'm your host Paul. This is In-Game Content, our 7th episode of the show. We basically talk about everything going on in gaming. And kicking off our first news story of the week, Ubisoft has just announced they're finally giving Watch Dogs a release date. May 27th is the release date for the PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and the Xbox 360, but they did not tell us anything about the Wii U version. So the only thing we can really know about the Wii U version is that it will be coming out after the console version and the PC versions come out.
But of course, you already know that.
I know, Del Rio, I know we already know that, but one thing we didn't know is the story behind Watch Dogs, and we get that in the story trailer. It basically tells us about the main character and his motivations, which is kind of cliche. His motivation is that his wife died, now he's searching for vengeance, truth, and justice. Sounds a lot like another character we're going to talk about. Now let's move on to some corporate news. It turns out that Jack Tretton will be leaving Sony Entertainment of America Studios. He's been there for a total of 19 years, and he's one of the first people to get the PlayStation 1 up and rolling. Jack Tretton was eventually bumped up to CEO and president of Sony Entertainment Companies back in 2007, and he has been the guy we've been seeing at Sony Entertainment press conferences at E3 for over 7 years. We know he will be missed, but he will be being replaced by Shawn, the Network Entertainment International EVP and CEO. He will be taking over Jack Tretton's place. Now, I'm going to just go out on a limb and say it will not be the same without Jack Tretton bringing us the awesome news, especially after how crazy PlayStation 4 was back at E3 2012. Now, our next topic of the day, believe it or not, there's actually a developer that's saying his game is too long for you to play. It turns out that Konami, or Kojima I should actually say, is saying that he believes that his game will be too long to play in the upcoming game Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pains, which is crazy since it seemed like everybody was playing that Ground Zero is too short. And personally, I need to just tell Kojima, if you believe that your game is going to be too long and players are going to get uninterested in it, then you need to talk to Rockstar in the last game they made, Grand Theft Auto 5, or even the game before that, Red Dead Redemption, which are very long games in their own right. Plus, I mean, come on, you made Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3. Last time I checked, those games weren't entirely short. So, I just actually have to ask you, what do you think? Would you lose interest in the game for being too long, or do you think that you would love to go on another journey with Snake and his pals? Personally, I believe I would love to see Snake go on another journey. I don't really care how long it is, because Metal Gear Solid 4, it could not have been longer. It was very short. I kind of wish it was a longer story because I love where the story was going. But that's my personal opinion. But I would love to hear what you guys think. In our last topic of the day, Rocksteady has just announced their upcoming Arkham game, Arkham Knight, which will be coming out for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And reading the article and everything they was going to say that was going to be in the game so far, it was kind of like listening to Sony when they were announcing the PlayStation 4. What if I told you that Arkham Knight gives you a drivable Batmobile? No multiplayer. Kevin Conroy. And a continuation from Arkham City. Yes! 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 Which I know so many fans were saying, and reading more about it, turns out that Arkham Knight will be the last, not the final chapter, but somewhat the final chapter for Rocksteady, and best believe they're going to go out with a bang with so many things as the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One graphics being pushed to the max, along with a villain that both DC and Rocksteady are building from the ground up. So it turns out that Scarecrow will not be our only big bad main villain in the game, and I guarantee you I will be the first in line for the Arkham Knight since I am a super big, huge Batman fan. And that does it for all the news we have today, which you can find links to all the news stuff I talked about, along with any trailers I might have mentioned or may be attached to some of the news stories in the links down below. But that does it for all the in-game content. I'm your host, Paul. I hope you loved the show. If you did, please like and subscribe. It makes me a happy person if you do. And you can also check us out on Facebook at Secret Hero Nerds. Again, that's Secret Hero Nerds on Facebook. And you can also find me personally at many other social media sites such as Twitter, Instagram at True Legends 19 or Legends True 19. You can check either one of those out. And again, I'm your host, Paul, and I hope I will see you next week.